happy day. It's Thursday when I'm recording this, but I'm not sure when you'll be viewing. So, happy day. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat, however you're comfortable. You can sit up onto something or sit on the ground. You could also find comfort on the edge of your sofa or the edge of a chair. And if it feels okay to you, go ahead and close your eyes. And start to notice the rhythm of your inhales and your exhales. Without trying to change it, without trying to label, simply notice. Now that you've noticed, begin to deepen your breath. Expand your belly with each inhale and let your belly fall with each exhale. Expand your belly with your inhale to allow your lungs to expand. And empty your lungs completely. Let your belly button fall towards your spine. Take a few more rounds just like this. Ready? Slowly blink your eyes open and come to lie down onto your back. I'll face the side so you can see what I'm doing. So, laying down on your back, bend your knees so the soles of your feet come down. And then separate your feet mat width distance apart. Try to see all 10 of your toes point straight ahead. And then extend your arms out to the side, point your palms up. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, let both knees fall towards the right. So you're on the outer edge of your right foot, inner edge of your left foot. Flex your feet and flare your toes. And work your knees down and away from your hips. This is double diamond. Work to square your torso and your shoulders towards the ceiling of the room that you're in. Take another breath here. And on your next inhale, float your knees up through center. On your exhale, let your knees fall towards the left. Double diamond, other side. Flex your feet, flare your toes, and work your knees down and away from you. Again, work to square your shoulders towards the ceiling. And breathe into the spaces or space inside your body that you feel this pose the most. On your next inhale, float your knees up through center, and we'll do that one more time. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, double diamond to the right. Let your knees fall towards the right. Flex your feet, flare your toes. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, float your knees up through center. And on your exhale, let your knees go to the left. Double diamond to other side. 4 full rounds of breath here. Work your knees down and away from you. On your next inhale, bring your knees up through center and bend your knees in towards your chest. Reach inside of your legs to grab for the outer edges of your feet and point the soles of your feet up to the sky. And then relax your shoulders towards your yoga mat and press your hands and your feet into one another. It's almost like you're kicking the bottom of your foot into your hands and you're pressing your hands into the bottoms of your feet. Let your knees and your thighs be wide here around your rib cage. Take 2 more breaths. This is Happy Baby. At the bottom of your second exhale, release your hands and your feet. Soles of feet come back down to the ground. Keep your knees bent and bend your right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands around the right muscle belly of your leg, and then straighten your right leg to your capacity. To your capacity could mean that your leg is straight and your kneecap is lifted, or you have a deep bend or a micro bend into your right knee. Wherever you're at, press your hands and your leg into one another equally, and then relax your shoulders towards the floor. From your right hip, press up through the sole of your right foot. Take 2 more breaths. At the bottom of your second exhale, release your hands, release your right foot down to the ground. For just a moment, notice if you feel a difference between your right and your left side. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Neither answer is correct. I just would like for you to get a sense of feeling in your body. When you're ready, bend your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands around the left muscle belly. Straighten your left leg to your capacity. Flex your left foot and then relax your shoulders towards the ground. Press your hands and your leg into one another with equal effort. And from your left hip, press up through the sole of your left foot. Breathe deep into the back of your left leg. On your next exhale, release your hands. Release the sole of your foot down to the ground. Bend your right knee in towards your chest. Grab for the outer edge of your right knee with your left hand. Extend your right arm out to the side if it's not already there. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, twist over to the left. Keep working your shoulders and your chest to square towards the ceiling. So it's just your right knee that's working over towards the left, and you're on the outer edge of your left foot here. 3 full rounds of breath. This is reclined twist. When you're ready, come back up through center and release the right sole of your foot down to the ground. Again, for just a moment, notice the difference between sides. Maybe you feel something different, maybe it all feels the same. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just sensing what you feel in your body. Now bend your left knee in towards your chest. Grab for the outer edge of your left knee with your right hand. Extend your left arm out to the side if it's not already there. And then take a big breath in, and on your exhale, twist towards the right. So both knees are over towards the right, but work to square your shoulders and your chest towards the ceiling. Breathe deep. Activate through your feet. So your feet can be flexed or pointed, whichever you prefer. But when your feet are activated, it normally means that your legs are engaging in some way, and that keeps the muscles inside your legs safe. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And when you're ready, slowly untwist. Bring the soles of your feet back down to the ground. And now notice, does your left side feel like your right side? Does one side feel more open than the other? Again, there is no right answer. You're just questioning what you feel in your body. Okay, one more reclined pose. Walk the soles of your feet towards each other, so the inner edges of your feet come close together. And then bring the soles of your feet to touch, and let your knees fall open wide. Now, if this is too much, you can grab 2 blocks or something of the sort and place them underneath your outer thighs to offer support. Otherwise, you can just let gravity do its job. Try not to grip through your groin. Allow that to be soft. And allow the outer edges of your thighs and your knees to fall open wide. This is reclined bound angle. Take 3 more breaths here. When you're ready, place your hands outside of your thighs and inhale, bring your knees up to touch. Separate your feet wide and let your knees knock in towards one another. For just a moment, be here. Let your inner groin soften. One more breath here. When you're ready, unlock your knees and roll over onto your right side. Place your right hand underneath the right side of your face and place your left hand in front of your torso. I guess I call this like a senior photo pose from like the 90s. I'm not sure. Okay, now press your tailbone forward, bend your left heel towards your glute, reach around with your left hand and grab for your foot or your ankle. And then squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Press your tailbone forward. You can have a bend into your right knee if that helps you to balance. Breathe deep and bring your heel close to your left butt cheek so you're creating a quad stretch through the left side. Take 2 more breaths here. At the bottom of your second exhale, slowly release and switch sides. So now roll over onto your left side. So I don't face the back, I'm gonna just do a Spider-Man crawl. Okay, onto your left side, please come. Place your left hand underneath the left side of your face, near your ear. Place your right hand in front of your rib cage. And now press your tailbone forward, that will engage your glutes slightly. This time bend your right knee, heel towards your glute, reach around with your right hand, grab for your foot or your ankle, and then squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. If you need to, bend your left knee, that will help with balance. Press your tailbone forward and breathe into your right quad muscle. It's the front of your right leg, the top front of your right leg. Take 1 more breath. On your exhale, slowly release and come into table pose at the center of your mat. Take your time getting there. However you get there is great. Table pose is hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You can tuck or untuck your toes, whatever feels good to you. On your next inhale, round your back like a cat, press the floor away from you and scoop your tailbone up. On your exhale, cow pose, bring your shoulders in towards one another, let your hips move up and back. Inhale, round your back, cat pose. Exhale, cow pose. Bring your shoulders in. Let your hips move up and back. 2 more rounds. Inhale, cat pose. Round your back. Press the floor away from you. Exhale, cow pose. Bring your shoulders in. Move your tailbone up and back. Last round. Inhale, cat pose. Round your back. Exhale, cow pose. Walk your knees back 4 to 6 inches and tuck your toes under. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. First down dog of class. Separate your feet mat width distance apart. So your pinky toes touch the outer edges of your mat. And then bring a deep, deep bend to your knees, so much that your belly connects to your thighs. And then come up high onto your tippy toes. Use your hands and your legs to stretch your hips up and back. Keep the bend to your knees and try to get your knees in line with your ankles. Tendency is for the knees to knock in, but allow your knees to be wide here. Take 2 more deep breaths. And when you're ready, start to straighten your legs and release your heels towards the ground. If that doesn't feel good, keep the bend into your knees. You can also bring your feet back to hip width distance apart. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, lower forward into plank pose, top of a push-up. Always feel free to lower your knees down to the ground. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, lower your head, your heart, and your hips down to the ground. Now walk your feet back so you create space through the fronts of your thighs, and press the tops of your feet down so much that your kneecaps lift up. Extend your arms out in front of you, point your palms in, and then pull your hands back towards your shoulders so your chest lifts. Press down through your hips. On your next inhale, lift your right arm, your left leg up for topsy-turvy superhero. 2 full rounds of breath, strengthening through the back body here. At the bottom of your second exhale, release your right arm, left leg. On your next inhale, lift your left arm, right leg up, topsy-turvy superhero, other side. 2 full rounds of breath here. Press your hips down towards the floor. At the bottom of your second exhale, release, relax. Let your shoulders, your hips, your ankles all be heavy here. Okay. Extend your hands back in line with your hips and point your palms up to the sky. Press your hips down, squeeze your shoulders in. On your next inhale, lift your chest and your feet up off of the ground. So your hips and your hands press down. This is locust 2, a variation of. Take 2 more breaths here. At the bottom of your second exhale, release, relax. Frame your torso with your hands. Squeeze your shoulders in, press your hips down. On your next inhale, lift your chest up for cobra pose. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. When you're ready, walk your hands and feet to meet at the center of your mat for a forward fold. Relax your head, relax your neck, and bend your knees as much as you need to get all 10 of your fingertips down to the ground. Lean weight forward into the balls of your feet and breathe deep. On your next inhale, place your hands to your shins and extend the crown of your head forward. This is a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do 2 more just like that. Inhale for a flat back halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale for a flat back halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, press down through your feet. Lift your arms up overhead. This is upward hands pose. Exhale, release your hands down by your side, mountain pose. We'll do some opening through the shoulders now. So interlace your hands out in front of you like so, and point your palms forward. Now shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then plug your shoulders onto your back. Keep that, and then start to lift your arms up overhead. Now the further up you go, the more your shoulders will want to pull off of your back, so only go as high as your shoulders can stay moving in towards one another. Keep feeling your feet, feel your legs, press your tailbone forward, tone your low belly, squeeze your shoulders in, keep that, and then from there, from your shoulders, lift up through the palms of your hands. This is summit pose. Take 2 more breaths. And at the bottom of your second exhale, release your hands down by your side, mountain pose. Okay, eagle arms. Extend your arms out to the side, point your palms down to the ground. And when you're ready, swing your right arm underneath your left arm. You can grab for opposite shoulders. You can bring the backs of your hands together, or you can bring your palms together to touch. Feel your feet, feel your legs. Squeeze your arms in. Breathe deep into your shoulders. One more big giant breath into your upper back. On your exhale, slowly release, shake it out. Inhale, extend your arms out to the side, point your palms down. And on your exhale, swing your left arm underneath your right arm. You can grab for opposite shoulders, backs of hands, or your palms can come to or toward touching. Keep feeling your feet, feel your legs. Press your tailbone forward. Tone your low belly and squeeze your arms in. 2 more breaths. This is eagle arms. At the bottom of your second exhale, slowly untwist, shake it out. Okay, now we'll do mountain pose, hands bound. So interlace your hands behind your low back and start with a bend to your elbows. Tendency here is for the hands, the inner edges of your hands to come out wide. Squeeze your inner wrists towards each other. Now squeeze your shoulders in, lift your chest and your chin. You can stay here or start to straighten your arms back behind you. Reach your knuckles down to the ground. Tendency here is for the chest, the chin to jut forward. Can you keep your head stacked over your shoulders, over your hips, over your feet? Mountain pose, hands bound. 2 more breaths. At the bottom of your second exhale, slowly release your interlace, shake out your arms. Step to the top of your mat, pretty please, for sun salutation A. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, place your hands to your shins. Extend the crown of your head forward, squeeze your shoulders in. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, step back, plank pose, top of a push-up. Feel free to keep your knees lifted or lower down. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, lower your head, your heart, and your hips down to the floor. Press your hips down, squeeze your shoulders in. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward in between your hands, and step, hop, or float, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale for a flat back halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead, upward hands. Exhale, release your hands down by your side, mountain pose. One more, just like that. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, plank pose, top of a push-up. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra pose, press your hips down, squeeze your shoulders in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward in between your hands, and step, hop, or float, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale for a flat back halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead, upward hands. Exhale, release your hands down by your side, mountain pose. We'll start to cool down now. Come to have a seat onto your bottom, facing your screen. Extend your legs out in front of you and move any flesh away from your sits bones. Place your hands outside of your hips and lift your chest and your chin. Flex your feet, flare your toes. Dig your heels down into your yoga mat. This is staff pose. Take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Okay, so you have a few options here. The closer your heels are to your hips, the more intense the stretch is. If you'd like to, you can pull your heels away from your hips. Wherever you're at, grab onto your ankles and then lift your chest and your chin. Press the soles of your feet together. This is bound angle. Take 2 more breaths here and soften through your inner groin, soften through your outer hips. And when you're ready, release. Place your hands outside of your knees and bring your thighs together to touch. Come to lie down onto your back. Take your time getting there. Bend your knees so the soles of your feet are down to the ground, and extend your arms out to the side. Separate your feet mat width distance apart. We'll do double diamond again. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Flex your feet, flare your toes, and this time stick your left bottom cheek back about 1/2 inch. That might make the stretch a little deeper through your left outer hip. On your next inhale, float your knees up through center. And on your exhale, let your knees fall to the left. Flex your feet, flare your toes. And this time, stick your right bottom cheek back about 1/2 inch. 3 deep breaths here in double diamond. On your next inhale, bring your knees up through center and bring your feet back to hip width distance apart. Bend your right knee in toward your chest. Interlace your hands around your muscle belly. Straighten your right leg to your capacity and then relax your shoulders. From your right hip, press up through the sole of your right foot. Breathe deep into the back of your right leg. Take 1 more breath. On your exhale, release your hands. Extend your right arm out to the side. Grab for the outer edge of your right knee with your left hand. And on your exhale, twist your knees, your legs towards the left. Work to square your shoulders and your chest towards the ceiling. Breathe deep, recline, twist. Start to notice how this recline twist might feel a little bit different in comparison to the first recline twist that we did. On your next inhale, come on up. Release your right foot down to the ground. Bend your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands around the muscle belly. And straighten your left leg to your capacity. 4 deep breaths here. Relax your shoulders. Engage your left leg. So fire up your foot, flex your foot. Breathe deep into the back of your left leg. At the bottom of your 4th exhale, release your interlace. Extend your left arm out to the side and grab for the outer edge of your left knee with your right hand. On your exhale, let your knees fall towards the right and work to square your shoulders and your chest towards the ceiling. 2 full rounds of breath here. Okay, I lied. 1 more breath. When you're ready, come back through center. Extend your legs out straight and reach your arms up overhead. Point your feet and reach your fingertips and your toe tips in opposite directions. Take a full body stretch. When you're ready, release your hands down by your side, point your palms up, and relax your body completely. Feel supported by the floor underneath you, by your yoga mat. Don't worry about controlling your breath anymore. Allow your breath to breathe itself. This is your final resting pose, also known as Shavasana. Feel free to close your eyes and rest. I'll call you back as soon as it's time, but for now, rest easy. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe turn your head slowly side to side. Feel free to reach your arms up overhead and take one last full body stretch. And roll onto whichever side of your body is calling to you right now. Using your bottom arm as a pillow and your top arm as a kickstand. When you're ready, slowly, gently press yourself up into a comfortable seat to face your screen. Feel free to rest your hands on your thighs or bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you all for sharing your sacred time and your lovely yoga practice with me. Namaste. As always, if you have any questions, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out to Jim, in turn to reach out to me. My name is Ashley, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for being here.